この海の平和と繁栄のために。私についてこい。
Hey everyone, hey Octopath Traveler community, Silverox is here. This week is the Taiwan server merge with the global server and Octopath Traveler's champion of the continent. And this week we are getting a whole bunch of quality of life improvements that are coming bundled with the para units that they released within the Japanese release, which is why we're getting summer units in spring. Very similar to how the Chinese server summer unit Linet EX came to us in winter, we're getting summer and spring now. So why not? This video is going to be covering Eltrix EX, the Hunter of the Waves. So, Eltrix EX is a hunter, naturally, and her role is an ice DPS / extreme HP barrier tank, and I cannot stress that enough. Special abilities is that she can get extremely potent HP barriers up to 300% of her max HP, and gain bonus damage cap based on how much barrier she has left, as well as special buffs while she has a barrier active. Preferred weapons, for damage, she needs brilliant bows for more damage cap as her hit counts are very low. For tanking, an HP built fortune bow can give her even more HP for even crazier potential HP barriers. Preferred accessories, if main DPSing damage cap is needed. For tanking, can go all in with HP accessories. Ice damage up accessories as well can help if not enough damage cap or passive sources from other units. And as a note, because of how I want to make it clear how crazy that she can get with her stuff, with max HP up buffs from units like Shana, Fortune HP Bow, and HP accessories, especially if you get A3, you can get HP barriers of over 30,000 HP, which is pretty crazy to be honest. And no, I'm not making it up. You can straight up have, Eltrix EX can straight up have like literally over 40,000 HP, and it's hilarious. Is it practical? No, but it's funny as hell. Passive skills, basic, her attack command becomes an ice attack that exploits bow. At the start of battle, grant self an HP barrier equal to 100% of her max HP, then grant herself Furtidiosa. Furtidiosa, it grants, makes all elemental attacks exploit sword, axe, and bow, and effect only lasts while an HP barrier is active, otherwise, and then it's lost if the HP barrier is broken. The 6-star skill evolution is her starting HP barriers increase from 100% to 200% of her max HP, which means she's starting with a whole bunch of HP very easily. And then just to make as a note when I get to her 1-star passive, as you can already see if you're reading ahead, it's very clear in the skill that the start of battle HP barrier given to her happens before Furtidiosa becomes active, therefore the start of battle one does not become 1.5 times more potent. So you cannot get the 300% at the start of battle. So yes, her 1-star passive is that when Furtidiosa is active, HP barriers and potency up buffs applied to self will be 1.5 times more potent. Her 3-star passive is while HP is at max, gain self 30% magic attack up and gain damage cap up equal to current HP barrier times 10. So yes, if you were to get the kind of memey 30,000 HP barrier, which is more than possible to do, that would be 300,000 damage cap up, which would be technically the highest of any unit, but the only issue is in order to get that much HP barrier, you'd have to sacrifice having damage cap up accessories. So that's kind of like the balance. It is like kind of a way to get a whole bunch of damage cap without needing accessories, so you could give them to other units, I guess. But again, like her hit counts and stuff are kind of low, so is it really worth it to use her as a unit? That's kind of for you to decide, but you can do it. You're not going to get over 30,000 though without some really crazy investment or a fortune bow though, to be fair, and that does lower your overall damage. Her TP passive is that while self has an active HP barrier, grant self 20% magic attack up and raise the passive limit of magic attack buffs to 50%, meaning that she is very easily, because HP is at max while she has a barrier also, so it is very easy for her to have constant passive 50% magic attack up. And then also gain 15% damage taken reduction and a 50% SP cost reduction. Onto her skills, her base kit, she has a one-hit single target ice that exploits bow, and grants self an HP barrier equal to 20% of her max HP. She has an AoE taunt, plus 10% physical attack, magic attack down for 2 to 5 turns. A 2-hit random target ice that exploits bow, and with Furtidiosa active, it becomes a 4-hit random target instead. A one-hit single target ice that exploits sword, and with Furtidiosa the power increases by 20%. A front row 15% magic attack / ice damage up for 2 turns buff, 2 to 5 turns buff, and with Furtidiosa active, also raise the limit for active ice damage up buffs to 50% for 2 to 5 turns. Her 3-star skill is a 4-hit single target ice that exploits bow and inflicts 15% ice res down for 2 turns. Her 4-star skill is a 3-hit single target ice that exploits sword with a plus 50,000 damage cap. And with Furtidiosa active, it becomes a 4-hit single target instead, with the power increased by 1.5 times. She has a 4-hit AoE ice that exploits bow and grants front row an HP barrier equal to 20% of her max HP. A 3-hit random target ice that exploits bow, and with Furtidiosa active, she double casts this skill. This is her highest hit count of a 6-hit, basically. Her TP skill is a 1-hit AoE ice that exploits sword, grants self an HP barrier equal to 100% of her max HP. And if she has Furtidiosa active, it becomes a 2-hit AoE ice. You'll notice that this costs 500 SP, which is more than her max HP is. This is just intended to only be casted if you have her 50% cost reduction active from having an HP barrier, so just keep that in mind. Although you're probably not going to use this skill anyway. Onto her EX skill plus ultimate technique. Her EX skill has 5 total uses, which is kind of abnormal, and it's unlocked from turn 3 onwards, but you're also meant to just use this EX skill a lot. It heals 1 BP for self, and grants self an HP barrier equal to 50 to 200% of max HP, and grants self Furtidiosa. If it was lost, then do a 4-hit AoE ice. So as long as you had Furtidiosa and you use this to give yourself more HP barrier and renew it, this will give you the 300% max HP barrier because of Furtidiosa being active. This is also the only way to get Furtidiosa back if you had lost it because your HP barrier broke. For her ultimate technique, it's a support class ultimate called the Banner of Grandport, and it grants self 10% magic attack up plus Icy Raging Waves for 2 turns. Icy Raging Waves is just a unique buff that gives ice attacks a 100% potency up. At ult 10, the buffs scale to 20% magic attack up and lasts for 3 turns instead, so she can use this the turn before break and get 2 turns of potency up now. And because of her buff, if she has Furtidiosa active, it will be 150% potency up, so keep that in mind. At ult 20, the buff scales to 30% magic attack up. At ultimate level 20, she gains 40% charge per BP, 80% with AU, meaning it takes 4 BP to fully charge, 2 BP with AU. 200% gauge activation is Back Surge, can cast this ultimate from the back row before front row ally acts this turn. AU priority, if you only get 1 dupe, can awaken this if you need her self potency, otherwise I would awaken towards A3 first or even her A4. As for her Awakenings plus A4 accessory, A1, extra stats are nice, but despite her lower base magic attack, her hit counts are just not that high. A2 is a luxury. A3, HP is extremely good for her to make her HP barriers even higher. A4 accessory is called the Tropical Floral Decoration, and it gives 800 HP and 60 magic attack. And what it does is at the start of battle, grant the wearer 8 stacks of physical evade and 8 stacks of magic evade. The A4 tier rating of this is an A tier A4 because this has solid stats for HP with an extremely potent tank focused ability that ensures your tank dodges a lot of hits at the beginning of every battle. This is not worth chasing for most accounts, but definitely has its niche uses. For an optimal skill loadout, skill 1, take her AoE taunt plus 10% magic attack physical attack down. If you're using her to tank, this is a must, so because she's going to have such a ridiculous HP barrier that she can easily renew several times that she wants to be taking all the hits. Skill 2, a 3-hit random target ice that's double casted with Furtidiosa because that's her highest hit count skill. Skill 3, so she can be of some help to the rest of the team, her front row 15% magic attack / ice damage up, plus active ice damage up cap to 50% with Furtidiosa. Skill 4, if you have A2 or you want to swap it in depending on what you're doing, her 4-hit AoE ice that it grants the front row HP barrier so she can be a bit of a support to others. And also valid as needed, her 4-hit single target ice that debuffs ice resistance by 15%. For unit synergy, Eltrix EX really only works in pure ice teams mainly, unless using her to Giga Tank. For CotC EX, I would take it along for ice teams. CotC EX, top of the line ice focus damage. Rondo EX, Ice Giga support. Zerk, follow-up attacks for Ice and Ice support options. Same for Oswald, forgot to list him there. Strong Ice hits and Ice follow-up attacks. Isla, amazing magic support options with his ultimate. Rinyu EX, damage cap ult and magic support options. Shanna, best support in the game still, plus max HP up buff for even more HP barrier. And Gloria for more max HP up buffs if using her to Giga Tank. And Gloria is also, like I said, is amazing for turtle teams anyway, so if you get Eltrix EX the turtle, then you probably are already using Gloria anyway. So to pull or not to pull, plus overall rating. Eltrix EX is an interesting character that can honestly get absurdly high amounts of HP barrier to get well over 40,000 HP, but it isn't really worth doing all that, in all honesty. Her damage capabilities are very lacking, with only 6 hits at most, and getting enough HP barrier in order to get a bunch of extra damage cap means you sacrifice cap at other places or possible damage to get there. All in all, she is a silly but funny unit that could be good in some meme teams, but you're not missing out on much by not getting her. As always, pull advice is just advice. Please pull and have fun your own way. Tier 4, free to play, skip. Tier 3, low spin / passes, skip. Tier 2, Dolphin, A0 for collection purposes. Maybe you'll get her on the way of getting Rondo. Tier 1, Whale, A4. Overall rating, DPS C, Support B, Heal not available, Tank S, overall rating B. But that is my review for Eltrix EX. I will definitely be myself pulling for one of each so I can get for collection purposes myself. Please let me know below if you're going to be planning on pulling for it. Otherwise, please like and subscribe for more COTC content to come, as I will not be stopping making that kind of content on this channel. But please do check out the other content we do make on this channel, because we do work hard at making entertaining stuff for all audiences as well. Otherwise, please let me know what you thought. If there's any other things you'd like to see from this channel, let me know. And good luck anyone that pulls. I will be trying to do a live stream if I'm able for my pulls, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, I'll see everybody in the next video. See ya.